I just wanted to post this video live instead of texting it because it's kind of long. But for those of you that don't know me, my name is Tiger. I live in Tomball, Texas. My first real battle with depression was in 1988. My family, my mom and dad and my little brother and my niece packed up all of our stuff in Houston, Texas and moved to Sarasota, Florida with the hopes of my dad getting a job there at the police department. When we got there, the job thing didn't work out, but we were still there. We actually lived in Bradenton, just outside of Sarasota, and I liked it. It was pretty. The beaches were beautiful. The girls were beautiful. But I just didn't fit in. And I tried. I made some friends through church that went to school with me. And I went to two different high schools while I was there. Sarasota High School and Bay Ridge High School. And I had gone to the drag races at Bradenton Raceway one night with some of my friends from church. And on our way home, I was driving and I was miserable. I was around people that I loved and that loved me, and we had fun, but I was miserable because I wanted to be back home with all my friends in Houston and all my friends in Jersey Village High School and all my Gold Dusters. What's up, girls? You know, but I just couldn't take it anymore. And my dad, I believe he was at work that night because he worked at the Longbow Key Club. And I got home and I got my dad's shotgun out of the room and just started crying. And somehow, in some mysteriously way, God woke my mom up to go to the bathroom, and she just happened to see me in the living room with my dad's shotgun pointed at my face. And she came in there and she said, excuse me, she said, what the hell are you doing? And I told her, I said, Mom, I'm just miserable here. I'm depressed. I hate it. I want to go home. So within the next 2 weeks, my little brother Sonny and I got on a bus, and we took a Greyhound bus from Sarasota, Florida, back to Houston. And that was my first real battle of depression. I was only 16 years old. And I overcame that pretty quick once I got back and was back around my friends and my environment and things that I knew and I was comfortable with, and, you know, people that loved me and people that I loved dearly and played baseball with and you know, just do life with. I didn't really have that. And so just battle that depression of being to the point to where I didn't want to be in Bradenton, Florida. I didn't want to be in Sarasota, Florida. If I couldn't be in Houston, Texas, I would rather be in heaven. And that was my thought process through it. I had written a letter telling my mom and dad I was sorry for what I was doing. But I'm so thankful that my mom came out and was able to stop me. Because now, looking back at all the real things that have gone on in life since those silly teenage things, I'm thankful that my life has gone on, and that in the battle of depression, round one went to me. I won round one. Satan didn't win it. He tried, but he didn't win it. So when we moved back to Houston, I missed my mom and dad, of course. But they moved back a few weeks later, so we were all back together again. Didn't have anything because we sold it all and moved to Florida. So, but my encouragement to you, to whoever's listening to this, is when you're battling depression or you're in that moment where you're contemplating either leaving this earth or, you know, getting out of the situation you're in, whatever it is, my prayer is that you would pause for a minute and think about what it would be like for your parents or your sister or your little brother to find you with your brain splattered out in your head because you just shot yourself. You know, think about the person that's most important to you in the world, and think about them having to be at your funeral talking to you while you're laying in your coffin in your Sunday best.
telling you, there's nothing in there but a bunch of old junk I'm bringing
Think
home.
about your mom getting that phone call. Mrs. So-and-so, we're sorry to tell you this, but your son or your daughter just killed themselves.
See? Box of junk.
When somebody close to you that you love kills herself,
Move the box.
it hurts.
Why do I gotta move the box?
It makes you feel guilty. It makes you think, why didn't I notice? Why didn't I see it? Why couldn't I tell they were that depressed they were going to end their life?
Step away from the TV.
But now that I've battled depression more and more, I see why. Because we want to hide it. We want to hide it and keep it down, keep it hidden away. Because nobody talks about depression. You're not supposed to talk about that. You're supposed to talk about good things. You're supposed to only talk about, gumdrops and lollipops and sugar pops. Talk about all those positive things. But depression is a battle that can be won and will be won. But only when you have Christ in your life fighting on your side. That's the only way you can do it. That's the only way I can do it. So next time the enemy wants to get in my face and try to get me down and try to make me feel like I'm a loser because I'm disabled and I can't do a lot of things and my body is going downhill very fast, the devil tries to tell me that God's not going to use somebody like me. I mean, come on. I'm a wreck. I've got a broken hip. I've got tumors everywhere. I can barely walk. I can barely talk. I have no hands, really. So, but God chooses to use me. Philippians 1 verse 6 says that he who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it until its completion. And Jesus started to work in me, has given me an amazing testimony and a story to share with people. And I'm going to share that with people. I'm not going down without a fight. I'm fighting you, devil. So there's your warning. Round 1, ding ding, let's go. Let's get it on. Because Satan, you ain't got this.